Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Boom Rookies with Grub. Coming live from the Grub Hub. My name is Matt Bungard, and with me today, Josh Reynolds. Hello.
How are you, mate?
I'm great. How's your weekend?
What was it? It was tame but fun. Bit of sun.
Yeah, didn't see much of it.
Helped. It learned something new just right about 20 seconds ago.
Yep.
That you're actually a bit of a pretty boy.
That's not true at all. Yeah, hang on. You already
Okay.
like I told you
What
my
were you
wife
do-
does
what
my
were-
makeup like 2 weeks ago.
What were you doing just before we started?
Fixing my hair, so it looked.
Let's ask the people. Did you think he would be fixing his hair before we started?
Mm.
I did not see you as that guy. And then you tried to blame someone else.
There's no blame. I don't think blame implies it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing for me to make sure that my hair is in place.
I just didn't think you were that guy.
I'm sorry.
Pretty boy.
Yeah,
I like
I'll
it.
do my
Good on
best.
you.
I'm trying. We're all doing our best here, mate.
Love it.
Yeah, it was great. Left Sydney to go to the Yarra Valley for a wedding. Wedding was beautiful. Congratulations to Claire and Kyle, but the weather was miserable. It was very funny. After 2 weeks of like horrible weather in Sydney, I went down to Melbourne as the sun has come back to Sydney. But still very nice time. Yarra Valley, beautiful place.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, went to the Shandon Winery on the Sunday as
Any
well.
good?
Yeah, it was good. My wife is a big fan of them, so yeah, we had a good time.
You're not massive on the wine.
I don't dislike wine. I'm just like I'm more of a whiskey guy.
Okay. You don't like the finer things.
I feel like you can get really into like one alcohol, I feel like, but I feel like you can't be like really into like more than one.
Yeah, you can.
Well, no, not like drinking,
Trust
but I mean
me.
like knowing, like learning, like
No,
I read a fair bit about
Like the
whiskeys and
ins and
stuff.
outs.
But like wine is just like, yeah, it's my tasting notes are it's good or it's bad. I don't have much
There's
beyond
no in between.
No.
There's no like earth to it or
No,
pepper
definitely
or.
not.
There you go.
But it was a beautiful
mate.
weekend.
Good
And now
weekend.
we're back, and it does seem like the weather has really turned for the better now. Like think we're back, and the sun is shining, and it is spring, and it's the best month of the year. Why is it the best month of the year? Because A, NFL's back, and B, NRL finals. So it's also my birthday.
I don't know what I'm more excited for. I
Um,
actually don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I've got a few of my mates. We're going to a concert on my birthday, and it's the first Saturday of the NRL finals. We're going to watch the games beforehand at one of the pubs near the Horden, and then go to the gig. Can't wait. Gonna be a great day.
Look out.
But we got to get there first. And before we get there, we've got to work out who the top 8 are going to be. 7 of those teams are locked in. There is one spot left to go. But let's quickly go through one player on each team that is finals bound.
Yep.
That can be the biggest difference maker for their team. Would you like to start at the bottom or the top?
Let's go bottom.
All right. So I think we don't know who 8th is going to be yet. It's either going to be the Dolphins or the Roosters. But I think James Tedesco and... Would you go with the Hammer or would you go with Herbie? Because he might be coming back this week.
I'd go with Herbie.
I think they've really missed him.
They missed him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a strike weapon. An absolute strike weapon. I didn't have him down. I actually had the Roosters because I think they'll get in.
Probably,
But yeah, Herbie's, you can tell, even though they've still been going okay, but I just feel at times when not a lot's going on, you just give Herbie some early ball and he's done some.
Yeah, and Trey Fuller's done a good job, but if you get Herbie back, it means that Hammer can go back to fullback as well. And then that, I think, just strength on strength.
How good's Trey Fuller?
He's been great. He really has. He's been really making a fist of it.
He's awesome.
He's a guy that just comes in for a few weeks for the Dolphins every year.
Yep.
And we go, damn, this guy looks good. And then just like no one else picks him up.
It's weird.
Yeah. I guess fullback is the deepest position in the league right now, right?
It is.
So there's...
Sure, there's a Super League club that will take him or something.
Yeah, but, I mean, would you want to... I mean, I'd rather be second fiddle at the Finns than have to live in England.
I don't know about that. I think it's a bit different now.
Yeah.
I think it's a little... Sometimes if you're in that position, back in the day, it used to be like once you're there, you're gone. But I think a few guys like the Jackson Hastings and...
that's fair.
You know, the Jive Fields, the Cogger, you sort of go over there just to fill a bit of a space, but to play top-notch footy.
Yeah.
And, you know, be seen, be in crowds.
Fuller. He'd
suit the Super League. I'm talking speed, broken kick chases. Shut the gate.
All right. So, Roosters, you going Teddy or you going Nwanganu-Wase?
Teddy.
Yeah, I think so. I love Marky Mark. He's been fantastic for them. Friday night, he was absurdly good. But Tedesco is the straw that stirs the drink for that team. Everything they do that's good goes through him or starts with him.
Couldn't agree more, mate. And big games, he constantly tests the ruck. It's not about the sweep lines out the back, even though that is tough one-on-one with Teddy, but he's constantly testing the ruck. And if the Roosters are to fire, you need Teddy firing. And let's face it, he's been exceptional.
Going to win the Dally M, I think.
He's going to win the Dally M. So, but the only thing is, like with the Roosters, I just feel they're a bit inconsistent.
Yep.
Not Teddy.
Well, mate, you look at their performance, like it's night and day. 23 million errors against the Eels 2 weeks ago, and then a 40-point half against the Melbourne Storm in Melbourne.
Demolish them.
A week apart, those two performances were.
And I just don't know if they can go They got to win multiple
that's
games
the
to
only
get
thing.
to the title.
But if Teddy's playing at Teddy's best, then anything's possible.
But if there is a team that can do it, I know this. Look, everyone's like, "Do you think they?" But do I think they can win it? No, but can they beat Canberra right now?
Well, my thing with the Roosters is, I think they've got the lowest floor of any of the 8 teams that are going to be in the finals, but they've also probably got the highest ceiling along with the Broncos. I think when they're at their best, they can score more points than anyone at a quicker rate. And if you can do that, if you string 20 good minutes together, you get 3 tries in that 20 minutes.
Easy.
All right, Panthers. A guy called Nathan Cleary was my pick for this one.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah. I mean, Bizza was a guy I thought about because so much of their yardage starts with him and he's so important to getting their stats off to a good start. He's been so reliable. I think there's a reason why, along with Cleary and Yo and Edwards, he's been one of the untouchables for that team. Yep. They've had so many players leave, so many great, fantastic players leave that club over the last 5 seasons. But he's one that they've always prioritized keeping because he's so good. But Nathan Cleary's the main man. He's the best player in the sport.
Well, if there's a moment, he goes towards it. Yep. And you just know, like, honestly, I don't care any team I've ever watched, any sport, and this is a big call, but for them to come back in that grand final against the Broncos, the belief that it's instilled in that group, never write them off.
Never.
Especially if you've got Nathan Cleary firing. I would never, ever. He's cool. He's calm. He's collected. There's different ways he can impact a game. He can kick you to death. He can kick, chase, and absolutely bang you defensively. Or he can show and go like he did down the short side and getting everyone over chasing and score under the post. That is a guy who just understands the game. And if there's going to be a team that can do it from here, who else?
Yep. Sharks was an interesting one. We've spoken a lot about Brayley and how great he's been, and I've gone with him. But is there anyone else that did you go with him as well, or did you go with Nico? Or yeah,
he's
been so good.
Yeah, you just got to. I think we've spoken about it before on the show, mate. That he's opened up a different, kettle of fish for the Sharkies because you don't have to worry about just Nico and Trindle anymore. You got to protect the ruck first. And Brayley's just, someone said to him, mate, you got to go, you got to run, and that's opened up space for Nico because Nico isn't thinking about going to the line, going across field. All he's thinking about is being out the back of the sweep plays and pushing up like he did back in the day at Melbourne. So when you've got Brayley like that, not only does he bring the forwards onto the ball, he's also his creativity is being second to none this year. His deception is unbelievable. And the big thing for me is usually the guys that are good ball players are a bit lacking in defense. I mean, his technique is unbelievable. So easy one for me.
Broncos. I went with Reece Walsh.
I went with Ben Hunt.
Yeah, right. He's been playing great. And they're going to need him.
Only reason I say that is, mate, because Ben Hunt's job is to kick, because Adam Reynolds is not there. He has to kick teams. He has to kick his team into good positions, but he also has to open up space for Reece Walsh.
Yep.
It's his only job. Honestly, mate, Benny Hunt, he will knows how to do it. He played 7 at the Dragons for a long time. Then you peel it back a bit. Their pack can go toe-to-toe on the day with anyone. So you've got Billy Walters, Ben Hunt, and then you've got Reece Walsh, who has had an interesting week. But I just think if that's his only job. I really do, mate.
Yep. Warriors was a tough one for me because it would be Metcalf. Yep. I've gone with Chance Kluckstad. Nice. Who have you gone with?
I went with Fisher Harris.
Yep. The forward leader.
Only because they're lacking confidence at the moment. You can see that in the way they're playing.
And he's a winner.
Can you see that?
Yeah, a little bit. Even their wins in the last few weeks. He had they beat the Titans and they beat the Knights, and that was the crazy field goal charge down where Leka Halasima took it 60 yards.
Yep.
Like they've been really struggling, even in their wins in the last few weeks.
And sometimes you don't have to be the best player on the field, but you have to lead with your actions.
Yep.
And it'll be about all the little things, line speed, constantly, having your mates inside. And he's that guy. He just seems like he's got that aura about him at anywhere he goes. And when you're looking around and someone scored a try against you, you got no Metcalf anymore. You got no Barnett anymore. Who are you looking to? You're looking to the big dog. So I'm looking for him to have a big semi-final series.
The reason I went with Chance is because I feel like if the Warriors are going to win some games in this final series, what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to really get gritty. They're going to have to get down there in the trenches and win the yardage battle and win some low-scoring games. And from the back, Chance is one of the best yardage fullbacks in the competition. And defensively, he has more effort plays than pretty much anyone else that wears that jersey. And if they're going to pull off a couple of upsets in the finals, it's going to be off the back of hard work, hard defense, and tough yardage.
So bringing the team down to not their level, but that scrappy style.
I think they need to scrap if they're going to win some finals.
I got one for you.
Scrapper.
You're the Warriors coach right now. Team list is about to come out. You are sitting. What are they sitting?
5th. Well,
5th.
Sorry,
Could be 6th.
Could be 6th if the Sharks and the Broncos both win. The Warriors will finish 6th.
Okay. So do you maybe rest your boys tomorrow, whenever they play Manly, sorry. Don't send them down on a flight because you know you're still going to get a home semi.
Yeah, it's.
Or do you go down to Manly, you fly them, try and win, you come fourth. Yeah, you're not playing at home first round, but you're playing at home second round.
So the only tough part is, like, do we know what the Dogs are going to do against the Sharks, for example? Like, are the Dogs going to rest players? Because if the Dogs are going to play a full strength team, and the Storm are, even with players resting, are always a chance at Suncorp because they love playing there. So those two games are not guaranteed wins for the Sharks or the Broncos. So maybe I'd be thinking, like, there's a chance they both lose and we sneak into fourth.
Do you also think, though? I just think at the moment, Brookvale,
that's true. Cherry's last game, they're going to be fired up.
I don't know if the Warriors can beat Manly at the moment.
No. That's a really good point. It's a tough one. And the other wrinkle, which I think we talked about last week, was now that with HIAs now, if you cop one in the last week of the season, you miss the final.
Yeah.
So
and look,
maybe they'll rest some guys.
I don't know.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll find out when the team lists come out. But it's all right. Now into the top three. Dogs. I've gone with Stephen Crichton. And this is something that my colleague and co-host Nick Canton wrote about for the ABC yesterday. And that's that they're using Crichton more on those sweep plays in the place of Tracy last week. Now, you're involved with the Dogs. What went into that decision, and what do you feel about it?
Oh, I got no idea, to be honest, in a sense of what went into it, because I'm not going to lie and say I'm there in amongst the boys and the game plans, even though I'd love to be. But I think it's Connor Tracy's a runner, and a great runner at that. He's been exceptional this year, a meter reader. But I think sometimes at the back of the sweeps, Critter's just very good at summing up the 3-on-2. That's the only thing I can think, because sometimes when you got Connor out the back, he's obviously thinking run, and he's a handful. If you've got two guys with two different skill sets, why not throw them in? So I think it's a pretty good move from the Dogs, and I really like your decision on the main guy, because Critter in big games is a different gravy, isn't he?
Don't need to remind me. 2021 grand final.
Yeah, and that exact decision in a big game is why he's such a leader and why you need him in your team. So
absolutely.
I've gone Matty Burton.
Yep.
I think if Matt Burton goes down to Melbourne, which it looks like we're going to have to do, and he thinks run, I think the Bulldogs win the game. That's how confident I am. When he runs, he's a different type of player when he thinks run first. And then, we've got the try line plays that we've summed up before that they're going to probably retweak a little bit.
Yeah, they'll know that those edges are going to be flying in at them this time, and they'll make adjustments.
Exactly right, mate. So then you've got, kick out coming up. That left side has been damaging. Some of Matty Burton's 40-20s this year.
That one last week was absurd.
From nowhere.
Ridiculous.
Like, how does he do that? So I just think when he's there and he takes those wide fours, I know when I watch Matty, I love watching him play. I think he's such a natural athlete. When he's looking at those wide fours and just taking people on left foot, I know he's on. And I think Matty's realised, Birdo's realised how good he is this year. I really think, like, Matty's such a humble guy. That's why I like him. I get on really well with him, because he's so humble. But he has come in this year thinking, I'm the man. Like, I really, really am. And it's taking his game to another level.
Yep. Storm. I've gone with the guy who's not played last week or this week, but I think since probably that Roosters game when Hughes went down, and he was amazing for the rest of that night, he's been fantastic ever since, and that's Harry Grant.
Yep. So it's... You know what's funny, mate? I've gone Hughes, right?
Yep.
But I also understand why you say that. So since Hughes has been out, Harry Grant plays a different style.
Yep.
He's more the conductor.
Correct. He's gone more in that Cam Smith role.
Exactly. Controlling game from dummy half. There's not many people that could do that. Only a couple of great players. Cam Smith, Harry Grant, Robbie Farah, back in his time. Yeah. But I know 100%, and they do, miss his probably his creativity, especially without Hughes.
Yeah.
But when Hughes gets there, it's different, isn't it? And that's what I'm a little bit about. And don't get me wrong, they played together for a long time, but it's just that continuity of you've got four guns.
Yeah.
Hughes, Munster, Pappenhausen, Harry Grant. All of them want a piece of the game.
Yeah.
Sometimes getting that straight back and gelling could be a little bit hard, but I'm a bit worried about Jerome's shoulder. Not gonna lie.
It's a fair concern.
It's even though he's my guy. So I've sort of done my shoulder before, similar thing. Right side player, inside shoulder. I've done the left side. And you can feel mad at training. It's good, but the boys aren't going fully hard.
No.
So what I tend to think happens, and Josh Jackson could probably clarify this, I feel your back rower comes in a bit tighter to you to help you because he feels like the trust is just broken a bit because of the shoulder, and same as your center. So if a team can work out that little chink in their armor, they can maybe go after him. But if they all think off Harry, run first, Melbourne, how do you stop him?
Yeah, he's great. And at the top of the ladder, I've gone with Ethan Strange.
Yeah.
I think he has been, along with Burton, the best 5'8" in the competition in the last couple of months. He's been sensational.
Easy.
He is so important to everything that they do. I think the Raiders was an interesting one in general for this question, because I think with any other team, if they lost a key player, it would maybe not completely derail their season, but it would really hurt. With the Raiders, they've just got such a strength in numbers that I think they could lose any one guy and still be okay, no matter who it is, even Strange. But I think Strange is the one that they can afford to lose the least, and that's why I went with him. I think the way that he's running the ball, the way his decision-making has improved throughout the season, I think he's just been their best player in this run that they've been on for the last few months.
The thing that showed me that he is just next level last week was when he got absolutely put into orbit by Skelton, who has done that to multiple people, and literally they haven't got up. But he's done that to Skelton. Like, he's just, oh man, he's my favorite 5'8", minus Birdo. I love Birdo, but he's my favorite 5'8" in the comp. I love his left foot. Fantastic. He wants to take everyone on.
Yep.
He doesn't care who you are.
No.
He'll take on Tino if he wants to. But man, I love the style he plays. But you're right, we're very well rounded. A good example of that is Sasangi on the weekend. Played center.
Yep.
Sebastian Chris out. Didn't look like anyone was out. No. They're just such a good, well-rounded.
That's the thing. They've just hit on all these guys that they've brought down, these unheralded signings like Sasangi, Hosking, Tamale, who was a reserve grade at the Dragons, who's going to come back in. He's come back in last week and he's going to be a key part of their run, and he's so good in yardage for them. Like, all these dudes have just been great for them this year. And Strange, I think, is the pick of the bunch. He's been awesome.
I've gone Weeks.
Yeah, he was my other choice.
Just because I feel last week the Tigers done a really good job on him, and I could tell the difference in the Canberra's attack. But Weeks 1-on-1, every Canberra player, that's why I love him. All they do is think, I'm going to beat you. Yep, I'm going to beat you. I'm going to break a tackle. So, and Weeks is no different. The only little chink in his armor, and I think teams will go after it, is the high ball. Yep, he had a couple of doozies on the weekend, and yeah, they'll go after him. But man, when he's in flight and he's around the ball,
him every week.
He's amazing, mate. So I think he's going to be huge in Canberra's push towards the big day.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's move on to our attacking and defensive plays of the week. I wanted to talk about the Broncos a little bit. There was 2 plays in this game, one in the first half, one in the second half, where they got the ball deep in their own territory and shifted it out to the side. Once they went right, once they went left, but both times ended up with them scoring. And they are the team, I think, as I said, along with the Roosters, who can hit you from anywhere. And I thought these 2 plays were great examples of that.
Yeah, well, we've got to turn that down. Sorry about that. But I think for me with the Broncos, this is what we're used to from them, isn't it? Like, they're just the best thing about these plays straight away is, if you pause it, it's a simple block shape, and Reece Walsh, as he usually does, he pretty much throws a no-looker and hits the winger on the chest, right? And the best thing about it, he beats one there. But the thing I love right now is, we speak about it a lot in rugby league, people in the numbers in the picture. You got 4 Broncos there backing up. But the best one for me is the guy that threw the pass back on the inside is Reece Walsh. And that's what all the good halves, fullbacks, spine members do. They back up on the inside. It's not over just when you've thrown a pearler of a pass. And the Broncos are going to need a lot of Reece Walsh magic throughout, the semi-final series if they're going to be a chance.
Yeah, and then they do it again halfway through the second half. It's a similar thing, but this time it's to the left. They get Carrigan digging into the line.
Yep.
Walters gets involved, and then they're away.
Well, this one's a little bit different, as you said. It comes from the forwards first. The thing. Okay, if I pause it just here, the thing I love about playing from this field position is you're not going to get a very aggressive defensive line. And this is why Reece Walsh knows he can do this. He knows he's not going to get any jammers. He knows he's going to be fine. But the thing for me right away is great lead line. You've already got Dearden gone. 3-on-2. This is the Cowboys all year. Someone sliding out, someone coming in. They're all on different pages. Walsh, as he does, sums it up. Shibasaki, stop the play here. Once again, how many you got in the picture?
3 unmarked players.
Exactly right. And that's what the Broncos do, because they know they can attack from anywhere. If I'm the Broncos, and I'll be saying this every week, we attack from anywhere on the field, and you support, you push, and this is what comes off the back of it.
Yeah, and so just real quick, that last pass is forward. The touch is nowhere near it.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? Because there's been a lot of chat about this since then. I don't want the bunker ever getting involved in forward passes. I'm gonna guess. I hope you agree. What do you think?
Okay, so I've spoken about this a lot. What the EPL They've got the offside. What is it called?
Well, I don't know what that part is called, but they've got the lines when they do the VAR checks.
VAR. Can we do that?
No idea.
Why can't we?
I don't know.
What's the difference?
Well,
It'll be exactly the same. It's offside, right?
Yeah. But I guess then you get into the physics arguments about whether it was thrown backwards and floats forward and all that stuff.
I've seen some hurlers lately.
There have been some really bad forward passes this week, and not just in this game. There was a couple other bad ones this week, and all year it's been a problem. But I don't know how you fix it.
You're happy to leave it?
I don't know. Like I just feel like because people go, oh, we should call the blatant ones, but then I think back to obstruction when people went, oh, we should just call the blatant ones, and then we got into the area where it was like, oh, this thing's like 60% blatant.
Yep.
And so it's like, well, which one's blatant and which one's not? Then we get the whole
you can't do that.
Grey area thing again. I feel like
there's got to be with all the technology we got these days and. Like you said, all these systems and bunkers and there's got to be something.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know what it is.
There's got to be something tracking the play, not the referees anymore, because they can't keep up there.
No,
and I understand.
Well, yeah, I don't expect a ref or a touchy to be as fast as Reece Walsh. I think that would be unfair.
Well, why not?
What you're saying we should do is we should go to like this. Badge back. So there's not a great deal of money in athletics unless you're an Olympian, right? So you want us to go to like the national track meets and find the blokes who aren't quite good enough for the Olympics and hand them a touchy flag.
Well. Look, man, if we want to be the best game in the world, let's do it. Let's go get them.
And we go on grand final day. We have a touchy race. They all race each other.
Oh, I used to love the grand final races. Was it the wingers that used to?
Yeah, anyone. You can pick anyone you wanted, right? Do you remember they did the one on TV with all the guys from different codes? GI was in it, and I think a rugby bloke won it, but it was like a club rugby.
Jared Hayne was in it.
Yeah. And was one of the Morris boys in it as well?
Yeah.
But then I think the guy that won was like a club rugby player for like Eastwood or something.
Yeah.
But remember that was a big deal. It was on TV.
I do remember that actually.
Yeah. Who'd win that now? Your Saab, Weeks, Savage.
Well, it's funny. The Fox, my mate, the Fox is.
Do you reckon even now?
Well, he's clocked the fastest time this year.
Yeah.
And
really?
Yeah. He clocked it last week. I think when he took that intercept against the Roosters.
Yep.
If I'd say Saab in full flight
over 100 with no footy in their hands.
He's got such Saab. Long levers.
I think over 100 it's got to be Saab surely.
Collar
Weeks?
No.
I
just think he's stepping.
Manly would win the relay. That we know that much.
Yeah, Manly would win the relay.
Yeah,
I'm happy to
that's
say
all.
that.
That's all. We can agree on that. All right. Defensive player of the week. I want to go back to Friday and get your thoughts on this. This was. And a guy that we talked about a little bit this year, Naf White, who's been fantastic for them, comes out of marker to make a try-saving tackle on Stefanu Utukamanu that, keeps the game at 6-0 at that point.
And mind you, like in the middle, in the washing machine, and look, I'm not all the middles that if they do listen to our podcast, I'm not talking like I'm a middle. I played in there a few times. I'm explaining how hard it is. It is so hard. You are in the washing machine, and as soon as this play happens, as soon as the half steps off his left foot, he's moving. That's what it is. It's Naf White. He did not stop moving, and that's what all coaches will say to all their young defenders coming through the ranks, even at the top level. Never stop moving, because if you're at marker, you got to check the hooker first, but then you got to take the lazy. We call it the lazy or the inside ball, and that is the perfect example of holding square, making sure you've got the hooker first. That's the first threat. Taking off. Inside ball, he's your man. Picturesque front row. That is a big effort from a front row up right on the try line.
Yeah. Looked good in the 13 jersey as well, didn't he?
He's the enforcer for the Roosters. He's unbelievable. He's come on in leaps and bounds this year, and he's a mini Hargraves.
Yeah. All right, bit of a fun one. This is an annual debate. I've already had a little joke with my Sharks mates about it, which will rear its head again at some point. How do you feel about the Sharks hosting a final at Shark Park?
Absolutely.
Completely agree.
Sometimes, guys, it's not all about money. I get it. They're trying to make money and they're trying to get more fans. Okay, I got a question for you.
Yep.
Who makes this decision, by the way?
Well, I think it's up. They leave it up to the club for week 1, and then I think it's taken out of their hands. I think they have to play at Allianz if it's week 2.
Okay, so the Sharks take it away?
I think they have to in week 2.
No, sorry, in week 1.
They get to play at Shark Park week 1.
So they're playing?
Yes,
they're going to?
Yeah.
Okay, but what people are blowing up?
Yeah, because it's a tiny stadium. A lot of the away fans. Yeah.
You want it to be a fortress.
Correct. I completely agree.
Get tickets early.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all I say.
Absolutely. I always find it funny. I know that Shane Richardson's big on the Tigers playing more games at better stadiums than Leichhardt. But I often think about, obviously money is important, right? But I do also think that, especially with the TV money that comes in and the revenue streams from it, the game day revenue itself is not the main source of revenue for football clubs anymore. like it used to be. And I kind of like, it's clear that the Tigers play better at Leichhardt than they do at other grounds. So, and I wonder, like, is it worth a financial trade-off to lose a competitive advantage? That's my question.
No way.
To me, what's the most important thing to you in footy?
Winning.
Correct. It's not making money. It's winning the footy game. And if the Sharks have a better chance of winning a game at Shark Park with 12,000 rowdy Sharks fans and 5 opposition fans there than they do at an Allianz Stadium. They've got hard solo there now as well.
Sharkies fans, hard solo, very close because it's obviously a suburban ground. Look, no offense to Sharkies, low ground to play at. If you don't know if you don't play there a lot.
What was it like playing there for you?
Windy.
Yeah.
You don't know where the wind's going, swirling, copping abuse, just not. It's a hostile place, but that's what you want. You want hostility for a team when they come there. You don't want to go a nice fancy ground where it's mutual and it's nice dressing shed. You want them to feel it, mate. In the Sharks dressing sheds, it's like you're all close and you don't really, you got to watch people when they go to the toilet. Yeah. It's weird, but no, I'm playing there. Yeah. For sure. Good. You need every advantage.
And yeah, look, obviously the fans want that ground to improve in some aspects, but you got to love the hostility of it. If you're a fan, you've got to know that there's a reason why your team plays better, and it's all those things you just highlighted.
Absolutely,
and you're not going to get that I think Allianz is the best stadium in the country, but you're not going to get those advantages there if you're a Sharkies.
And the Sharkies fans don't travel, either.
No, particularly if again, if you play, well, it's going to be if they end up finishing 5th, they'll play the Roosters. So if they had to beat Allianz, that's the Roosters' home ground.
Yeah, here you go, boys.
Yeah.
Well, like anything else with that beautiful steak that we've just delivered you. Oh, my God.
Terrible. All right. What's up? What is your best sporting achievement outside of footy?
I actually had to think about this one. And I was like, back in the day, I enjoyed cricket. I won the double wicket once. Do you know what a double wicket is?
What was a double wicket?
So you play with someone. So say you're in under 14s. You play with one of the 12-year-olds and you team up and you play like a game of cricket against everyone else, but the team with the biggest runs wins.
Yeah, okay.
So, but I feel I played a lot of sport, but I wasn't like great at anything. But I was really good at long distance running.
Yeah, right.
Cross country.
Yeah.
Back in the primary school days, I made it to state.
Oof, you
got dusted at state. But look, when you skinny little pegs like mine, and how old was I at that age? What did I weigh? I would have weighed bloody 30 kilos, so it helped. But I had some really good junior footy teams. I had Chase Stanley in my side, Jesse Parahai played under 7s rugby, Shane Fagan. So yeah, we had a good childhood with, but I wouldn't say I achieved a lot outside of footy.
How good was it getting your name in the Torch for cricket?
Oh, the best. What about yours?
Oh, a couple of cricket ones. The first time I was ever in the Torch, the hat-trick trophy is behind me. That was at the Terry Lamb complex.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, what's your
Banfield up on the top field?
Slow left Chinaman?
Yeah. Actually, yes.
Yeah, no, you stink of it. you literally, if I looked at it, I would go, yep, slow, but tricky to play.
Yeah.
Don't be playing off the front foot.
So, yeah, it was the one time I bowled the entire year, 5 or 6. Thank you very much. I was an opening bat. I didn't bowl. But we played Chester Hill. They were the worst team in the comp. And they were like, they threw in the ball second innings. And they're like, we're going for outright. We weren't going to get it. And we needed 5 wickets with 3 overs left. So we needed 6 wickets with 3 overs left. Took 5. 1 wicket short of getting the outright win.
Wow. Well, it's not hard when Terry Lamb's opening the batting for Chester Hill.
This is like one of those serendipitous things, though. So I've told this story on our main podcast before, like a couple of years ago. And a friend of mine, a listener, Nathan, it was during COVID that I first told this story on the show. And so that was back when, you couldn't associate people much, but you could go for walks and stuff. You know what I mean? He was a Chester Hill resident. He was walking through Bamfield Oval when I told this story the first time. Wow. So he was literally on the cricket field where I did it as I was telling the story. Like, how weird timing is that?
That's very weird.
Beyond that,
meant to be.
They used to have our high school used to host the cross country because it was an agricultural high school. You'd run through the farmlands and stuff.
Yeah. I remember we used to run, I think it was like Helston Park or something like that.
Helston Agriculture. That's where I went.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm saying. The farms.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. At the back.
Yeah.
I used to go and do it. Like obviously the run,
and
try and master it. A couple of little shortcuts, plant little.
Yeah, I mean, there was a
Powerades around.
Yeah, well, we probably ran it together at some point.
How'd you go?
We're the same age. Did all right. Did okay. I wasn't great at running.
Midfielder.
It's fine. It's so funny though when you look back. Like it seems like such a long distance when you're a kid, and you look back, it's like 2Ks. You're like, oh,
yeah. No, it did. But 2Ks, you're like,
yeah. It's funny. It's the only reason it's called Hurlston. It's in Glenfield now, but it's because it was originally in Hurlston Park. and they moved the entire school. But they were just like, oh, we like the name Hurlston. We're going to keep it, even though it's not in Hurlston Park anymore. Go. It's on a big farm, and that's where they do the cross countries and stuff. But not a great rugby league school.
No.
Had a Wallaby in the 90s, David Lyons, played number 8, but no real rugby league pedigree.
Then you.
And Mark Latham.
You'd be thereabouts.
Yeah. All right, we got a couple of listener questions. Declan from Menangle, big Dogs fan he is. What is the biggest coach killer? Surely it's hard to go past being offside when your team is kicking off.
Yep. Yeah, that's like a no-brainer. If you do that, you're probably getting dropped the next week. But I'm gonna have to say, once you've slowly got back into the game, under the pump for a long time, defending your try line, no field position at all, and you finally get back into it, you put him into the corner, you chase your kick down, yardage penalty. Off one of the big boys, and you're like, yeah. Well, it's a player killer, and I'm assuming it'll be a coach killer because then momentum could swing back, and it's just when you get back on top, just bang. But I can't talk. I was always offside. So.
All right, David from Sydney says, as an Eels fan, I also went to Hurlston, actually. Old high school mate. I'm relieved to see the team finish the year strongly. How do coaches typically approach the off-season to make sure that continues into round 1 following year?
It's a tough one because they've had a good season, like in the sense of the squad they've
made
got.
A lot of good strides.
They've been impressive.
They have.
Very similar style to what the Dogs have done, I feel. They've got rid of a few of the old players and but sprinkled in a lot of young guys, but then have some old heads there. But whoever wants to be a part of the Parramatta future, if you're here and you're there, let's go. And Jason Rolls has done a great job. For the preseason, it's all about getting in there, boys, and saying, literally, we've done nothing. We're getting some pats on the back from some people, but we've done nothing. We didn't make the 8. We went nowhere near the semis, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? Let's grow on last year. Let's make the semis, but it's all about building the culture. It's all about giving those young guys who have been playing, the Iongis and all these young guys, belief that they are a part of the Parramatta future, and make sure guys at that club want to play for Parramatta because it is a strong, proud club, got some amazing supporter bases, and they should be, up in the top 8 thereabouts. So it's been a great start, but they just got to keep reiterating that, and Rolsey looked like he's going to be doing that.
Hasn't Yongi looked good too?
Wow. How do you stop that bloke in 2-3 years? We're talking a lot about him.
He's looking real sharp. All right, Jack from Canberra. Were there any clubs where you changed your opinion on them from when you were a footy fan growing up to playing against them during your career?
Well, this is a tough one. Can I say the West Tigers?
Yeah,
because there's no real reason for this. It's only because my whole family used to go for West Tigers, half West, half Balmain.
Yep.
So when I was young, I didn't really like them because I would always want to beat them. But then when I actually went to the Tigers, put everything aside, everyone thinks I hated my time at the Tigers. Totally not true. I made some of my best mates out of the Tigers, but yeah, I would say that I didn't really like the Tigers because my family, but then when I played there, it was great. I mean, I love playing at Leichhardt Oval in front of, the Tigers faithful. I got to play at 2 of the best suburban grounds ever, probably literally. True. Belmore and the 8th Wonder. So
you would have been playing the first time they went back to Belmore in 15 years or whatever.
Yeah, played Melbourne. Yeah.
How good was that?
Good win. Good win. Sung the song in front of the crowd. Yeah, pretty cool part of history.
And Cam from Brisbane, does much trash talking happen on the field, or are players pretty respectful? Who are the best trash talkers you've played with and against? What are some of the best sledges you've ever heard?
You're asking the wrong guy here. But no. On a serious note, I feel, and look, other people might have different opinions on what I used to do, but I feel I never really crossed the line. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. A lot of my stuff, I done my research. On my sledges, and a lot of it was a bit of tongue in cheek, and I just enjoyed that part. It got me in the game.
I love sledging.
I love the battle. It's a battle.
Sledging's great.
I'm against you on that field. Yeah. It's a battle. I'm gonna do whatever I got to do to win. Did I look back at myself and say, in the games, in the video, and say, man, what are you doing? You look like a Derek. Absolutely. But I done it. I love going against people. I loved going up against a back row. He used to try and run over me all day, so I'm going to try and put him off his game. That's just how I used to get into the game.
So did you ever hear a great sledge that made you crack up on the field?
So the best ever I played with was Mick Ennis.
Yep. Makes sense.
Because reason being is what he used to do before the games in our speeches was literally want to make you run through a brick wall. So I would literally do anything for that bloke. And then it led into the game. He'd be like, do not let that guy have his way tonight. So he was a big part of it. As soon as I left Mick, I feel I didn't do it anymore. Much honestly, he was just that guy. But the worst sledge probably come from me. I'm going to say because it backfired very harshly, and I will let you know how. So I can't remember if I had played with him or not yet, but I'll go back to it. So I played against Brenko Lee. I remember he come up with a play like it was either a drop ball or a push pass, drop bomb. I can't really make it. And I said, "Oh mate, it'll be all right. You'll be at Henson Park next week, playing Reggie's."
Yep.
And then we come. I thought nothing of it, but in that time, Branko comes to the Bulldogs, and he says, "Oh, bro, like, do you remember when you said that to me?" And he said, "Do you know what the funny thing was? You got dropped." I got dropped because I had an absolute stinker, and I had to think back. And obviously, at that time, I didn't think about that sledger, but I must have got dropped, put back to Reggie's. And then he's like, "Bro, I looked it up in the on the piece of paper or the sheet, and he's like, you weren't playing first grade." And I was like, "Yeah, well, that backfired." So, I thought that was a pretty cool one.
Was Branko at Wentworth Park, wherever next weekend, giving it to you
playing
from the sideline?
For the Glebe. What do they call
it?
Dirty
Reds.
Yeah. Oh, I just saw that, but I heard some great ones. Like Mick Ennis was good. He's very handsy. He'd be, if someone kicked one out in the full, he'd be like, "Good kick, mate. Good kick." Just little things like that. But I love that. I think it's all in good fun.
Yeah, I think as long as I feel like as long as you don't cross a line, no. There's certain things you don't say.
No.
And I don't think there's a sense of me playing like park footy or anyone playing any level of sport. I think it's like as long as you can walk off the field and shake hands and have a laugh about everything that's just happened, I think everything's fine. Right?
I heard a really good one a while ago, and look, I'm pretty sure it was Ricky Stewart. I think Loz Daly told me about this once, and I think it was about a player that they were playing against, and some guy was getting into Ricky Stewart, and Ricky Stewart yells out to someone, "Hey, might have been the trainer. Hey, Woz, can you get us out the big league and check who this bloke is? Because I don't know his name." I thought that was great. I don't like to tell a quarter of a story, but I don't know it was thereabouts, and I feel that's a good one.
That's good.
Awesome.
All right. Our grub of the week, an interesting way for someone's NRL career to end for now. I mean, Toff Sipley could come back, but been suspended for a cannonball tackle, going to England next year.
Yeah.
I mean, do you remember when we were young? You remember Andrew G that played for the Broncos?
Yep.
Great player. He had a similar thing. He got suspended in the last round of the regular season in 2003.
Yep.
And missed the finals with the Broncos. That was the end of his career.
So what happens there?
Don't know. Well, I guess if he ever decides to come back and play, he's got to serve a 2-match ban.
Imagine that. I'm coming back. Got a comeback tour.
Age 46, and they're like, no.
You got to wait a week. Yeah, bad way to finish for Sips, but he's a legend, good guy. He hasn't got a bad bone in his body to be fair.
No, I felt bad for him.
No, he's not that type of guy.
So let's move on to something more funny and definitely maybe more grubby.
Yeah.
Shout out to my co-host Nick Campton, who was in the middle of praising Reece Walsh's increased level of maturity on our Monday show yesterday, as I was sent a video of Reece Walsh drinking out of a toilet.
So timing is everything, right? In comedy, but oh my God, Reece. I obviously see the players' side to this in a sense of he probably goes into training and everyone's like, "What are you doing?" But in the Broncos statement, they said, "Just to let everyone know, this is a new toilet and a new build. Just to let everyone know, I'm actually a plumber." I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't.
And let me just tell you, if you're building a new house, new block of units, the toilet's been used before by the workers. Trust me. So it's not a first use. So Reece, he's thinking it's all clean. It's not. It's definitely been used by the tiler, the possible plumber. Many people go in there to do the work. Man, where they got to go?
Yeah. So when we get the team list in an hour, Reece Walsh has been ruled out with a mysterious illness before their round 27 clash with the Storm.
Oh, mate, it would not surprise me. I love the statement, but it is a new toilet. Yeah.
Shout out to NRL Physio as well, who also put out a statement saying drinking toilet water does not improve athletic recovery.
Oh, because, yeah. Well, you never know, man.
But, well, maybe. We'll see. It just, mate, the thing is, like, you can trick, like, some people are so desperate to get an edge, you could trick people into doing pretty much anything if you said it gave them, like, athletic recovery.
We were speaking about this last week when we were walking.
Yeah.
Do you ever remember power bands? Oh, my.
They're probably the best example of it, right? Because obviously they didn't do anything. But if people believe they do, then maybe they do.
You know what that I question a lot, and I think people still use them in the NRL now, but those strips that people
I always wonder about those. Like, a lot of guys have them.
Are they helping? I don't know.
No, who knows?
We'll never know.
Ice baths, they feel nice. That's what I don't know.
Yeah, I think the ice baths are a little bit proven to a certain extent, but
saw a Dr. Carl video once. He was trying to say they don't do anything. I was like, Dr. Carl, I respect you as a man of science. I don't need to know that. I'd rather just have my ice bath. I love an ice bath. Let me have it in peace. It's fine. All right, and one thing we're looking forward to this weekend could only be one thing for me, and that is South's last game of the season. I've got my Cam Murray shirt on.
Yeah.
Think he's playing. Again, going to look dumb in an hour's time when the team has come out if he's not. But I think he's playing. And, you know, it has been a lost season for South. I think it's fair to say. They'd had all these guys all year. Who knows how much better it would have gone. But they haven't, and they are where they are. But I think for a lot of fans, costing the Roosters a final spot would mean as much as making it themselves. Yeah,
I had that as well, only because I knew you would have it. But the reason I would love Alex Johnson to get it. I really would. It would be amazing. But I love this is a rivalry. It is a bloodbath. Victor Radley in this game. He goes. He goes cuckoo.
I rewatched Sin Bin Sunday yesterday just to get excited. What a day!
And look, I love that. I love rivalry. It's awesome. Sometimes the players go over the top, absolutely, but it means a lot to them. We fans want passion. You got it in this game, and it's imagine that. You know what would have been awesome if Latrell was playing.
Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, that pinch nerve has just not gone away.
It is what it is, man. Still a cracker. Good luck, brother.
Do you think AJ's going to get it? I don't think he will.
No, he'll have to wait.
Without Trell, I think it's a bit hard for him to get 3.
Yeah,
even if Cody plays. Although Cody does help.
You never know.
Cody's really good.
Left side.
I don't know. It'd be I really wanted him to get this year, but also you know, if they've got all summer to plan around it, and they give Souths a round 1 fixture that really lends itself to being a part of the spectacle. And by that I mean like a home game in Sydney, a big game.
Yeah.
They get time to build it up.
Oh, don't worry. Right. They'll look after South. They always do, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Just like in the 14 grand final.
Yeah.
What was that bell? Like, why do we have to listen? Why do I have to listen to that bell?
Maybe you should have got on the field on time. You would have got fined.
Well, this is the whole thing. It was all about South. We didn't know what to do.
Yeah, well.
There's some bell on the field. Where was the drums?
Yeah.
Where's the doggies' drums?
My favourite.
Nothing.
Nothing. I wouldn't have been against that. You could have had a drum squad for kickoff.
But
I would have
been
all
about your bell.
Yeah. Please. But yeah.
Let's not go there.
What?
Let's not.
Well, no, because they're doing it.
Fine.
No, we're fine. We're fine.
To put us on bad terms.
No, we're on good terms. But the bell injury, because I don't know if you've seen this, they're doing it before every game now. They have a big bell, and they have like a bell ringer, like they're trying to create a new tradition, like the Raiders have with the Vikings. And stuff.
Okay.
So I kind of like it. Kathy Freeman rang it the other week at the Indigenous round at Allianz. It was her, and then GI led the team out. It was pretty
bad memories for me.
That was pretty. I'm sorry. I actually didn't mean it. I do feel bad. Oh, you got anything else you're looking forward to this weekend?
No, that's it.
Just
like
life.
It's like and don't get me wrong.
By 100.
Yeah, well, yeah. Honestly, I'm looking forward to a different type of Eagles. I'm not talking about the manly Eagles. I'm looking forward to an absolute bloodbath in Philadelphia. No Micah Parsons. Goodbye.
Absolutely. All right. Say goodbye, Josh.
See you guys.
That's goodbye from me.